My friends, my amigos, my shamigos, Shane here. I wanted to share this with you because I watched a few videos on the best neighborhoods or cities to live in. I was doing this not only for some research, but for some inspiration. And frankly, after I got done watching, I really got concerned. And I got kind of mad that they were highlighting what they considered good and bad areas completely subjectively, with barely a passing mention that they considered crime statistics, but didn't provide actual data or links so that you can get the facts for yourself. So basically, I took it that if you looked or acted or thought like the video creator, you probably want to avoid these areas and gravitate toward these other areas. So instead of keyboard warrioring myself into oblivion, I wanted to share with you some thoughts in a series I like to call Be Smarter Than Your Agent, or BSTYA, or BSTYA, as in best you not do this. Now, a bit of background. There are some links below for more information in regards to fair housing, because I am by no means a fair housing expert. We're just going to talk about some basics. And basically, fair housing is a broad series of laws to prevent discrimination against protected classes in regards to housing. These classes include race, color, sex, religion, national origin, handicap/disability. These terms are often used interchangeably, or familial status. Now, local and state laws may also include source of income, marital status, sexual orientation, occupation, and gender identity. Now, fair housing laws are put in place to prevent historical discrimination, like refusal to sell or rent to a protected class, steering or to influence a person's housing choice based on their or the area's assumed protected class makeup. Also, blockbusting, or what we call panic selling, where a real estate agent, during an effort to solicit a listing, tells the seller they should sell because members of a protected class are moving into their neighborhood. Now, a notable exception to some of this is age and familial status. It's called the older person's exemption. Yes, there is an exemption to allow for those 55 plus communities to exclude children, as long as those communities are designed to meet the needs of senior citizens, as well as housing intended for and exclusively occupied by residents over 62. In addition, housing discrimination has been in the news lately in regards to Biden's buyer incentive plan to help those who have been affected by this historical housing discrimination. So that's the briefest of overviews, so that we're all on the same page. Now, these are complicated and wide-reaching laws, so for more detail, please see the links below. And let's move on to how you could unintentionally violate these laws and how to be smarter than your agent if you suspect it's happening. Now, there are two areas where you and your agent can run into major trouble with these laws, and you may not even realize it. First is right in the beginning of your initial home search. At this stage, buyers are asking a lot of questions and doing a lot of research. And one of the questions you'll invariably ask your agent is, how is this neighborhood? Or how is this city to live in? Now, here's the best you not do it moment. Any answer here could run them afoul of steering, even if subtle or unintended, regardless of how well your agent understands what you're looking for. So if your answers that begin with, I recommend here and here, or I suggest this city, or here's good, but stay from here, your agent may be doing you a huge disservice by discouraging areas you may actually like, because our job as agents is to provide you with great information so that you can decide, but not to direct you based on our own views and preferences. The other kicker here is once the agent starts describing the virtues and vices of an area, they're mandated to share all material facts about that area. So if they heard of a specific crime or incidences, whether on the news or social media or alerts or whatever, they're bound to share that with you. Now, they'll probably forget a lot of that. And trust me, the moment that you move in and meet your neighbors, they're going to tell you about all the crazy things that happen there. So, how to be smarter than your agent? 3 things. First, do your research. You'd be surprised at what you'd find. Areas that you may have heard have high crime were actually lower or right on par with neighboring communities. And you can check some of the links below to a few of the places to get third-party information. So, if you already have some resources and you want to share those in the comments below, that would be great. Other folks watching this video would certainly appreciate it. Secondly, go and drive those areas at varying times and hours of the day. Go during rush hour or when school's in or out of session. Go there early evening, go there late at night. Park. Get a feel for the comings and goings. And finally, check out the homes, yards, and vehicle parking, especially if there are any vacant areas. How are the homes maintained and cared for, especially the vacant lots, as well as the parking situation. All these will help you figure out if this is an area for you. If you don't see anyone parking on the street and your vintage car collection significantly exceeds the garage capacity, you may be meeting code enforcement or the local HOA sooner than you think, because we're all going to view these things differently. So you do you, and then you go back to your agent and say, yes, I like this area. Let's see more like this. Okay, on to the next danger zone. The offer letter or video. Now in this market especially, with high competition and bidding wars, many an agent will pull you aside and give you their tried and true method to get their buyer's offers accepted. A heartfelt personal letter sharing all the things the buyer has in common with the seller, how much they love the home, how their aunt lives 2 doors down, and that they absolutely love the seller's lime green shag carpet because that's little Sally's favorite color. Better yet, rock out a personal video with the whole family doing the floss. Still do the floss? Doing the floss in front of the home, extolling the virtues of their offer and how the home is just perfect for them. That gets bundled together and sent off with the offer documents in hopes of swaying the hearts and minds of the sellers. Sounds great, but is it really? What if the seller really didn't like your Star Wars cosplay on their front lawn? Because you know they're Trekkies. And now that video, although well-intentioned, is hurting your chances. Now, here's where you stop me and you say, well, Shane, if I was a seller, I would be fair to everyone. It's 2021, for gosh sakes. Well, you'd think. Just last year, a fair housing claim alleging racial discrimination occurred when a seller supposedly asked their agent the race of the buyer, and after hearing they were African American, told the agent they were canceling the transaction because they refused to sell to an African American. True story, link down below. Especially in today's market with such high competition, buyers on the losing end will be thinking all sorts of things, true or not. And remember, the final selling price is public record, so when that online website updates its market value and that same buyer sees it sold for $10,000 less than what they offered, all sorts of thoughts can swirl around. So, as a buyer, if your agent suggests to you a personal letter, or as a seller sends you a personal letter or video from the potential buyers, how do you be smarter than your agent? Here's how. The easiest thing is just don't do one, or don't accept one. Savvy buyer's agents will caution against doing them in the first place, and smart seller agents will strongly recommend that you as the seller not accept any letters or video with the offer documents. The best course of action is for the seller's agent to note that they will not accept these letters or videos, and any sent will immediately be deleted without opening them, and thus keeping you and your agent as impartial as possible. As much as this information could be helpful in certain circumstances, let's say the seller expressed a desire to sell to a young family, all things being equal, right? All offers being the same, that these explicit indications of a buyer's non-offer related qualities should be avoided when making that offer decision whenever possible, letting the merits of the offer stand on its own. Now, it's not easy to do, but it's up to all of us to give all the parties accepted offers and not accepted offers fair and professional treatment. So there you have it. 2 ways that you can be smarter than your agent and avoid some fair housing pitfalls. 1, do your research. 2, hit that personal letter off the pass. What do you think? Am I off base? Have you had any experiences like this in the past? Comment below. And if this was helpful, tap that like button. And then check out this recommended video. My friends, my amigos, my shamigos, I'm Shane. And as always, thanks for watching and have a Palm Springs day.